Welcome everyone to the EBM Scholars Show, and today I'm here to explain step by step to apply to get admission and the scholarships fully funded to study in the United States of America. I've been talking a lot about scholarships. There is a video I made at the beginning of this year which shows step by step on how to get scholarships for masters in Europe. But the application processes on how to get scholarships and how scholarships are offered and the requirements in Europe are vastly different from the United States of America. It's a quite very different ball game. So today I want to share with you what are these steps if you want to pursue masters in the United States of America. This is EBM, Ernest Makulilo, talking to you from my home office in Belton, Missouri, United States of America. So, there are some of the ways, some of the requirements are common, both in Europe and in the US. But there are some which are very peculiar in the United States of America. Some of these ones are more applicable also to Canada, but in this video, let's talk about the United States of America. Number one item you need to have is you need to have bachelor's degree with good results, GPA. That's why when you ask me, EBM, how can I get scholarships to study in America or whatever country? My first question, what's your GPA? That's number one. You need to have a bachelor degree in order to go for master's degree. That's number one. With a good results. Most cases, upper second class. I'll come at the end to conclude talking about overall how do they rate whether this one to get more weight over which kind of aspect over the other one, things of those kind of categorization I'm going to explain to you at the end of the video. The second part of this particular requirement, the first part is you need to have a degree already, bachelor degree, and with a good results. The second part, you need to have, or you need to do, is to take admission tests. There are two types of admission tests in the United States of America. Number one is English Proficiency Test. English Proficiency Test is the test which is going to test your fluency of English language. It is not the test of how smart, intelligent you are. No, it's just proficiency of the language. So whether you are applying for high bachelor degree, master's, PhD, you are all going to take the same exam. I have so many videos explaining about English Proficiency Test. There are two tests. Either you take the test of English as a foreign language 12, which is the American version, or you can be able to take the English from British version, which is International English Language Testing System, IELTS. The British version is done at the British Council in your country. So wherever country you are, go to the British Council and you'll be able to do that. And the fee for that exam for British Council is about $250 going to $300 US. That's average amount. But for the TOEFL exam, which is American version, you can search on their website, which is called ETS, ets.org/TOEFL. You can go and check the test center in your country. So if you're in Tanzania, it's in Dar es Salaam at Kigamboni, Mwalimu Nyerere University. If you're in Kenya, there is Nairobi, couple centers. If you are in Ghana, you can go to, they will give you which universities or which area are the centers. So you have to take the English Proficiency Test. So don't tell me I'm Kenyan, so I studied in English. They know that. But remember, English is not your language. You don't dream in English language. You don't go to speak to your grandmother in your village over there in English language. No. So no matter what language you studied, 99% of all application for scholarships, they will require you to take the English Proficiency Test. You have to prove. Why you have to prove? Because they cannot invest to give you 40,000, 50,000 US dollar, and they do not know if you know English. To prove is to do that. They are going to invest on you. So don't bring to me those, oh, this is a discrimination. Why don't they trust me? I studied in English language. What are you, why are you fearing to take the test? You need to go to heaven, accept death. Don't say I want to go to heaven and you don't want to die. How are you going to go to heaven without dying first? So if you want to get scholarships, these are the processes. So don't wait for the sympathy for someone, oh, maybe I can ask for the waiver. Yes, you can ask for the waiver. But give you an example. There are two candidates, you and I. We have applied at maybe UCLA. You have applied, you have a GPA of 3.5, I have the GPA of 3.5. You have 2 years of work experience, I have 2 years of work experience. But I have done the English proficiency test 12, you didn't do. So who is going to be picked? Obviously they're going to take me because I went extra mile, even if the English language is not a requirement. They see this guy is so serious. It's a war. You need to get prepared for this competition. It's either you win or you are completely swept off. So that is one of the exams you need to do. You have to take the 12 or IELTS. You take one English proficiency test. Apart from that test, in America, so bachelor degree is also required in Europe. Obviously, for masters, if you are going to take the English proficiency even in Europe. So it doesn't matter whether you take the English from Britain or American version, you can come to America still. So it's up to you which one you are going to take, is up to you. But in America, they require something which in Europe they don't do. They require another graduate exam. So for those not too old, like back in my time in Tanzania, when we wanted to go to the university, we did the examination. Apart from high school examination, we called it matriculation exam, which is a concept of these kind of exams. So for those who are going to do non-management programs, they take the exam is called GRE, Graduate Record Examination. It is around 200 US dollar. For those who are going to take management programs, they are taking GMAT, Graduate Management Admission Test. For those who are going to take legal law, like Juris Doctor, they are going to take the LSAT exam. For those who are going to do medical, they are going to do MCAT exam. So this is an example of the GRI book, for instance. So you just get prepared and you take the exam. This book is comprehensive. There are so many free books online. There are so many tutorials online. Even when you go to the ets.org website, which is the owners of this test, they have even software for free. You can be able to download and practice on your own. So that is something you have to know. This is for GRE, Graduate Record Examination, for if you are going to take non-management programs. If you are taking the management program, you are supposed to take the GMAT. GMAT stands for Graduate Management Admission Test. You have to take this exam. So this is GMAT for that one. For those who are going to take the law, you are going to apply for Masters of Law, LLM, or you are going to take the Juris Doctor, JD, you have to take the LSAT. That is the exam. And for those who are going to take the medical, they have to take MCAT. I don't have the book for the MCAT because I have never planned to do medical. So one time in my life, I want to do the JD, so that's why I had the book. I've done GRI 2 times and 2 different situations. So remember, this exam, especially GRE, GMAT, MCAT, LSAT, even Americans must do these exams in order to pursue the graduate school, master's and PhD. So don't come here and asking for the sympathy, people. This is the situation. Americans, in order to get a scholarship, even without a scholarship, you are going to be admitted for graduate school, not these just.com unaccredited universities. You are going for the competitive universities, public universities, bigger universities. Obviously, whether you are paying on your own, whether you are going to apply for scholarship, you have to take these exams. So that is something you have to know. So don't ask you, oh, how can I get a scholarship? Go and take the exam. You want to go to heaven? Accept death. That's you have to know that. And something else you need to know about these exams. If you don't do these exams, they don't even look your application. Your application is incomplete. Yes, there are very, very few universities, they don't require this one. I know that. But they are very, very rare. So assume you studied biology and you want to apply for Masters of Science in Biology. But the universities which they give the waiver, they don't require GRE is, for instance, George Mason, which is for Masters and PhD in conflict resolution. So it will not help you. So yes, there are universities, they give you waiver, but how many universities in your field, they give that waiver? That's number one to ask yourself. Number two, how many universities which provide the waiver, they give scholarships, especially for international students? So make sure that you take that exam. After taking the exam, the next process, these are some of the things. You need to write a proper resume. A very competitive, comprehensive resume. I have a video explaining what are the major mistakes people are doing, especially from developing countries. People write the date of birth, marital status, religion. We are not looking for a priest here or a sheikh so that you can know how many times you go to the mosque. We are not looking for that. The admission officers are not looking for someone who is single or married. No, they don't care about that. They don't care the date of birth. They don't care about what is your tribe. So people put Muha, whatever, from Kigoma, Tanzania. This tribe from Kenya. This tribe from Nigeria. Those don't help you at all. What they need to know is what is your education. And education is not about your primary school, not about your secondary school. You have bachelor degree, so put bachelor degree only. Don't put all these things of the less lower grades, which they don't help you at all. So I have a video explaining everything, and I will post at the end about what mistakes you have to avoid to put a competitive resume. Then you have to write a statement of purpose. I have a full video about statement of purpose. Why should they give you scholarship? Why do you want to do Masters of Conflict Resolution at George Mason or University of San Diego? Why do you want to do the Masters of Public Health at Johns Hopkins University? Why should they admit you? Why should they give you scholarship? And don't bring your poverty. Oh, I'm black, I'm African, I was born and raised in a village, I went to school 10 kilometers away from my home. Who cares? No one cares. Explain about what are your education qualification, what are your work experiences, what are the deficiencies you see, what is lacking in your country or in your community, and what if you go to take that particular program, what are you going to gain, and you must indicate you will come back to your home country, and what are you going to do upon you return to your home country with your degree to make sure that they are going to be in the good use. But in addition to that, you with your education and work experience, what are you going to contribute if you go to Johns Hopkins? Those are the things they want to hear. It's not about how many kids are you in your family. Oh, I was born on Sunday, that's why my name is Sunday. They don't care those kind of stories. Explain. If you put a personal story, it must be related. That I've been walking from my home to school maybe 20 kilometers. My purpose of this one is if I go to this one, I'll go to try to make sure that I'm going to be structural engineer, I'm going to be architecture, I'm going to be whatever, civil engineer, and help to build roads in my village. That can be help to, but don't just put the stories so that they can feel pity and feel sympathy, feel sorry for you. No one feels sorry for you. There are 1.4 billion from China over there. There are 1.3 billion people in India. There are almost 180 million people in Nigeria. All those people are competing for all these the same scholarship. So don't feel you are the only one who is looking for these opportunities. Millions of people are looking for all these opportunities. So go hard, go strong, go and win. So that is something else. You need to have a competitive resume. You need to have very good recommendation. You have to find people to write a very good reference. Not to those kind of reference to whom it may concern. Ernest Makulilo is a blah, 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 blah. You need to provide, dear admission officer, university. So it has to be personalized. Ernest Makulilo is applying for your university at this department. Must show that knows you as a supervisor, or the person is going to recommend you, knows what you are applying, knows you what you are capable of, and what you are planning to do upon returning. It has to be a very thoughtful, comprehensive, and a very good kind of resume. So you need to have people who you can trust, and people who want you to exceed, to succeed in your life. So not everybody can be a recommender because someone taught you. Yes, he taught you, but doesn't even remember you. There is one way I saw one day someone put on the post, like if you are looking for a job and you don't find a job, try one day, call all people who are put in your resume. Try to call and pretend you are a human resources officer and see if they know you. So those are the things you need to know, and be careful. Who are you going to put on your reference? You have to ask, they have to know you are applying for this school. You are applying for this opportunity. Apart from that, you need to have you have to understand in America, first of all applications, you must pay application fee. Average is $50, but there are some of the universities, 75, 85, up to $100 just for a single application. And you cannot apply just one university and expect to get admitted, to get a scholarship. You apply so many universities. On my case, for masters, I applied to 25 universities, and I got 3. Average of 8 universities for one admission on scholarship. So it's not simple, it's not easy. So you have to apply many universities. So you have to prepare on your income. And again, there are other costs related. When you do GRE or GMAT, they don't want your certificate to come from you. What if you are going to make a forgery? You need to ask the owner of the test, which is ETS, to send that certificate. So for the TOEFL, they will require $17 for one copy. For GRE or GMAT, they want $27. So those are the extra costs. So each university application fee and the cost of the certificates, the exam results to be sent, it can go up to $100. So you need to be very serious with this business. That's why I usually tell people, if you don't have enough money, just take the English proficiency test and apply to Europe. And if you have money, from Europe you can apply to America or apply to America. Because in Europe, with the application, there is no application fee. There is no extra exam like a GRE. It's just one English proficiency test and a free of charge application. You can apply as many universities as you can. But in America, you must pay. That is something you need to know. So if you apply to 10 universities, at least make sure you have $1,000. At least, minimum. That is excluding the 2 exams, English proficiency and the GRE, which can cost up to $500 in total. Then something else, some of the universities, they might require a writing sample, some might not. If they require, you need to have a very good written paper, either the one you presented or something can be able to write, but don't go and plagiarize. They will catch you and you are not going to be admitted. So when you apply in America, there is what you are going to apply, what we call assistantships. Assistantships is what you are going to assist to become like a tutorial assistant in your country, or we call seminar leaders. You are helping the department on certain kind of work. They will pay for your tuition and fees, and then they will give you the at least $10 to $12 per hour for 20 hours per week. That can help you with cost of living. That one is called the assistantship. In Europe, they give you scholarship. Most of them, 99%, you are given, you are going to study, whether you're going to sleep is up to you. If you work, is extra money. But in America, 99% is you are going to be given the money, but you have to work, either helping with the seminar, helping with the department work, helping in certain kind of office work to be able to be given that money. So that is something you need to know about the applications to apply and to get scholarships in America. So those are the things. So before you start jumping, EBM, can you just send me the link? Even if I send you the link, it will not help you. Just go to do these exams. If you do these exams, I can give you even 50 links if you want. But those links will not help you at all if you haven't done those kind of tests. So make sure that you take the test first in order to apply. If you don't take the test, don't waste your time to look for scholarships. You can do other things in your life. So that is what I want to share with you. Thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe and share this video to other people who are looking for opportunities to study in America. Goodbye, everyone. This is EBM.